In this activity, students will be focusing on their cognitive load theory. What they're going to do is they're going to pick one of these different choices and explore the new content. So, a lot of times when we give students new content, they feel overwhelmed or overloaded by some of these different strategies. And sometimes when you add a new strategy that students have never seen with new information, that can really cause an overload and really hinder some of the learning processes that need to take place. And so, right here are six different choices that students can use to start to explore this new content using the cognitive load theory. So, slide 2, it talks about worked examples. Worked examples are really helpful for students because they're worked out examples and they're made visual for the student. They're step by step. So, right here, I go over, and in the YouTube description, there is a link to the presentation, but it is just step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. And students can really see the different steps when solving a multi step problem to really start to understand and break that problem apart to really begin to understand it. The next idea is borrowed knowledge. So students will research information from an expert. Again, they're doing the research, so they're using Google, and they might have a note sheet that is printed out or it's digital. And you can see right here, you can use this template. It was made in Canva. Students take notes. They write the topic, they write a description, any facts they find, any other details, and keywords. So again, they're doing a quick search. Sometimes these activities might be timed for students, like you get 20 minutes to explore or 15 minutes. And again, they're able to start to get some prior knowledge to make those different connections. This one right here is guidance fading effect. So students will complete the partially worked example, or they might work with a teacher. So right here, this would be worked out. These boxes would have numbers on them. I would print them out. And students would begin to work it. For example, I would have majority of these boxes filled out the first round, and then I could duplicate this, take away some numbers. So for example, let's go ahead and maybe solve some of these examples. So we've got 5. Actually, let me go ahead and make a copy before I ruin this. Again, this is focusing on the partial part of it. And you might have students get more feedback from you. So they would come up and they would be able to come and work with you on different activities that they're doing. So let's go ahead and kind of walk through this one with an example with long division. Again, you could use other examples as well if you needed to. So let's go ahead and let me go ahead and center these boxes because it will drive me crazy. Maybe not. Okay, we'll just go ahead and do it. So let's do like 623. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and divide this. Actually, let's make this even. I'm going to divide it by 2. 2 times 6, or how many times can 2 go into 6? 2 times 3. 3 times 2 is 2. Right here, we're going to go, actually it's 6. There we go. 6 minus 6 is 0. And then we're going to bring down this 2. How many times can 2 go into 2? 1 time, 0, 2. And then again, the students are going to subtract 4. And I might stop there, okay? So then the students would fill in these boxes. Or I could go ahead and I could say, how many times did 2 go into 2? 4, 0, and then 4, and then keep this box open. So then the students would put that 0, okay? And then I could duplicate this, and now I might want my students to fill out these 2 boxes. And it might be a different number, different example. But again, I'm just scaffolding away some of these steps. So again, my students would go here and then they would try to figure out this 4 one. And then again, I duplicate this slide and then I could take away this one. And I could, again, have my students kind of go step by step through those processes. And again, they're partially worked out, so they're just filling in one area of those boxes. And as they get really good, I might be able to take away like this middle one and leave all the other information. So again, they're able to make those different connections, and they're probably getting some teacher feedback. And again, they're fading away some of that guidance. So again, teacher feedback and fading away some of the guided feedback. And then right here is making connections. So students can use this hexagonal thinking, and they can make those connections. So you might have vocab words or top concepts, and then students will drag these and make the connections, and then they explain the connections using these arrows and boxes. And then another one is novice and expert. So a lot of times, if you are an expert, you have that prior knowledge, and you're going to be more successful in the learning. And so if you're just a novice, sometimes you might struggle a little bit more. And so right here, kind of figuring out, where are they? What do they know? What do they need help with? And so using that KWL chart can really help as well. And then finally, this modality effect. This is using visuals and audio recordings. So right here is the water cycle, and you can see there's audio recordings with the visual. So students can listen to these audio recordings using Mote to make those connections with what they're learning. So again, they're able to see it, but they can also hear it at the same time. Sometimes when you have a lot of text and audio, it can cause, again, a lot of that cognitive overload. So it's really important to maybe just do some visuals, and then they can listen to what's being said. So that is the cognitive load theory and just some ideas. And I kind of use this nice little infographic to help develop some of these ideas to help teachers. So cannot wait to see how you are thinking about using this choice board, or maybe you're going to use one and have everybody do it and slowly introduce these to your students. Um, and then kind of work that in. Another tip is, when you are using maybe a new strategy like hexagonal thinking, you might want to use prior knowledge that they already have. So maybe have them do one quickly about themselves. They're able to make different connections with themselves and a friend or something like that. That's easy to do, low cognitive load, but they're learning a new strategy. So oftentimes think about that as well.